GD Prairie Dog, 4850. Knocked off 49 on the Pepe Le Pew, Pepper from the Pews.
Holy cow.
So,
Okay.
so when you get to the final flip,
Hmm.
everything accelerates.
As we see, yeah. Now, question before you go further. Why is he doing the deeds of, I call them the Daros, but or rather the Israel? Why is he doing the bidding of Israel and not taking the stance of like saying that he would take over their lands? And also, why is he sitting with Netanyahu without any consequence or anything? Even though there was a little bit of dissension, which was like, which we saw, even though it looked like it was clean, there was a little bit of micro there was some micro hostility showing up when they sat together. What do you think about that?
You know, you know who Vanessa Williams was, right?
Of course.
Miss America.
Yes.
Joe Montana was playing his last big game, and they played her song "Save the Best for Last," and he came out in clown. It ain't time to deal with that right now.
Mm,
Create a compelling spectacle. Polarize the people. Confuse your enemy.
I understand. I
Those
understand.
people who's pretending to be Jews in Gaza and the West Bank in this makeshift country called Israel are
Mhm.
Ukrainians.
Yes. Yes.
Before they were called Ukrainians, they was called Khazarians.
Yes. Khazars, which are converts from Eastern Russia and Poland and Ukraine.
Right. That's different than the Sephardi.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Those are a different group of people. Them the ones saying that they Jews for Palestine
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because they don't agree with this Khazarian
No, they don't. And they're
BS.
very strong about it. Even in Brooklyn over on Carroll Street, they've been protesting. They're not for it. No.
And, and a lot of them will flat out tell you those are not Jews, those
Well,
are
they say,
Zionists.
yeah. Well, we have friends who are,
We,
we have a friend who's there and she's like, we don't associate with them. We want them to leave. Yeah,
yeah, those are Zionists. Zionists are a different group of people.
they are.
Those
Genetic.
are those are the byproducts of the concubines of the Moors when it was Prussia.
Speak, Rod.
During the Prussian rule, this was dismantled by Tsar Nicholas, which made them take over Russia with the Bolshevik Revolution,
Yes. Yes.
right?
And they got to also,
Vladimir Lenin set it off. Stalin furthered the agenda,
mhm,
and Gorbachev tore down the wall.
that's right.
This is a stage show, political satire,
Mm.
theatrical performance of political elites that don't have no real power playing out a monopoly game.
Woo! Using everybody else as their pawns.
And as long as you don't know that you're being played, they're gonna keep playing you until you can't be played no more.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Those people got their day coming. If he tell them people from that's really Palestinians to leave the West Bank, if I was them, I'd leave.
Mm.
Because who you leaving behind?
Mm-hmm.
X marks the spot.
Ooh. Clear the space so that the real consequence could come to those who deserve it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or as Rakim say, run for cover.
Woo! I know that's right. Now, what say you about what's happening in the Congo as well? We've heard about what's happening in the Congo with the mass destabilization. I think it's the same people. I think they're Israelis. They were mercenaries over there. And like whenever I lived in New York all my life, but when you go to the diamond district, you don't see Africans selling gold and diamonds. You only see Jews,
Hmm.
Ashkenazi Jews who monopolize that.
Well, okay, but you trace the diamonds back. The diamonds, any diamond on the market that doesn't come through the De Beers Corporation is considered a blood diamond.
That's right. That's right.
The De Beers company is the one who tags the diamond with its identifier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they are they are the monopoly in the diamond world. They are the ones who selected the Khazarian bankers to disseminate their diamonds. And they control the flow of the diamonds by controlling who they give it to.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
Right. So when we talking about the trade in gold and diamonds on the Gold Coast, this is why you primarily seeing what looked like a Hasidic Jew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. The Sephardi, they the ones, those the Jews that gotta work their way up, just like us.
They do. They do. It's sad, but it's okay. Yeah.
And they ideologically do not agree with those other Zionist Jews
Yeah.
that's pushing the agenda of the more Zionist Jews.
Mm-hmm. And they're subjugated under marginalization when they're in Israel or anywhere else. It's seen as lower tier. Like the
Well,
Nick,
now, how did they get to be Jews?
who the Sephardic? Sephardic?
Yeah. When
Wasn't,
they, okay,
yeah.
look, they ousting the Moors from Europe. Moors are primarily Arabs.
Yes.
The
Or
people
North
that's
Africa.
being used
North Africa.
to exile them are primarily Christians.
Yeah.
The ones who converted as Sephardi didn't want to take sides in the war.
Oh, so they took a neutral position of something all the way on the other side.
Yeah,
So it wasn't so not to be a party of Islam or not to be a party to the Christianity. So they
yeah.
took a neutral stance. Ah, interesting.
Both Dr. John Henry Clark and Dr. Bean do lectures on that European history,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
how
I was
these people get to be Jews.
Dr. Jeffries was my professor. He was
And he
actually,
did some lectures on them too. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's how I learned about it when I was like 17. Yeah, he's
yeah.
my friend.
So they end up being the ones who didn't want to be part of the religious cult of them homosexuals,
Oh,
never knowing that they getting caught into the cult of the trainer of the other two homosexual cults.
that's right. The Babylonian
Yeah.
satanic cult.
Because they didn't come with the Torah. They didn't come out of Babylon with the Torah. They came out of Babylon with the Talmud and the Mishnah.
Hmm. Hmm.
This is where they got the Babylonian blood rights and all this child abuse in there for control.
And 100 and something genders.
Oh boy.
100 and something, Rod. I'm still trying to. I told you I'm a trans
I
everything.
can only I'm gender blind. I can only see two.
100 and something. We read them off one night. It's diabolical, Rod. It's crazy.
Religious doctrine told them that this is what the priest is supposed to do: suck on your baby pecker until he snatched
Oh,
the skin off. That's just the most ridiculous thing I ever heard.
you
But
know,
it's in their literature.
it is because also, a lot of men are traumatized as babies because that's the first time a beautiful baby boy is born, and the first thing he has is a surgical procedure that's unnecessary, and then it also makes your wand less sensitive because the sheath goes over. It just protects the penis.
I figured it like this. If Mother Nature didn't think I needed foreskin, she wouldn't have gave it to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's just like if Mother Nature felt like that trans testicle should have been born a boy, he should have stayed a boy. Now he in his feelings because he got to put he was a boy on his passport.
Cool. I gotta use that. Yes. I'm gonna get a shirt. I'm gonna buy a shirt for me and you. We're gonna have trans testicles. We rebuke it. Could you imagine? You think we get kicked out? They probably kick us out of everywhere. Trans testicles. Like investigations.
No, I don't want to investigate them. I'm not that interested in them. Look, people can live their life, but stop trying to convert the kids to your alternative
Yeah, I'm
lifestyle.
I'm totally for it. I think you can be who you want to be. You want to be, Sylvester the cat on Sunday. You want to be, Elmer Fudd on Tuesday. You can do it. I agree. Promoting that and propagating that to little people and putting that in the educational system is criminal. Criminal. And for that bastard who calls his son, Zoe, you know what we're talking about, with his man wife, uh, let me stop being messy. Letting that boy walk around 7 feet tall saying he's a girl. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Isn't that the sacrifice?
Well, once he get to become a man, you can't tell him whether he can walk like around dressed like a woman or not. But I tell you this: somebody failed him was teaching him the difference between a man and a woman.
Exactly. But his father was cross-dressing. That was his example. Going to the Diddy parties, putting that pink cocaine in the lotion. You know what I'm saying?
Look, all I'm gonna tell you like this: them people go over there and do what them people do is leave me out of it.
Mm. Can you imagine you go to a party, you chilling, everybody's cool, and then like midnight, like the Cinderella clock goes off, ding, and then everybody is out there dressed like, Cinderella and her sisters, her ugly stepsisters, run around butt naked with petroleum jelly, throwing it around like it's football. I'm sorry, Rod. I'm being very inappropriate. I apologize for you. You'll never want to come on the show again. Oh,
Well, you got some listeners that need to get the tea, so I'll let you give them a little
you know what
tea.
I'm saying? Stay away from the lotion. Say no to the lotion. You know what I'm saying? It might knock you out. You wake up with like Tinkerbell skirts on, singing all kinds of songs from the 1970 Cartoon Network. Anyway, okay, so maybe we need to. Does anyone want to talk to Rod? I don't want to hold Rod because I could talk to Rod all night. He's let me be. He's let me be me. You let me be my true self. You know what I mean?
You can't get the best out of somebody you trying to make be somebody you want them to be. You got to let them be who they are.
Thank you. You know, let me just be who I want to be. YouTube should learn that. I've been on YouTube for like 12 years and they still don't get it. My God. Okay, so Rod, you want to take some questions and comments, you think?
Sure.
Okay. We're so calm tonight. You know what I mean? Oh, we got 1.6 thousand people in here listening to our shenanigans. Okay, let me get the link for them. Anyway, and please everyone, Rod, can you remind them of your where to find you? And I'm gonna put your Cash App link. Show appreciation to the SikApe.
And affect the global economy. You ain't have to worry
What's
about
up,
that.
Chief?
What's going on with you, Chief?
Man, wow. I just sent my request, man. That's crazy. You all right?
Yeah, a lot of them don't be going through, man. A couple people went out and requested to come in a couple times. They ain't came in yet.
You want to know something, man? I'm gonna share this real quick before we even start. So I be Uber. I'm in Michigan. I'm in right now. I'm in Roseville. I be Uber,
Hmm.
right? Every time a Pontiac ride pop up, I try to take it. I'm like, I hope I bump into Chief.
Listen, inbox me. I'm right up the street from you.
For sure. Oh, I'm hip. I'm hip. I know. I'm hip. But man, that's crazy. I was just vibing with what you was talking about with the OG. I was just vibing with that, and I'm like, wow, they speaking right to me because everything that you was saying, I'm going through. Like, fell out with two of my close friends. One, my brother, he was my foster brother. All over $25, bro.
Was
Twenty
your relation
five.
was your relationship with him more valuable than $25?
To me, it was because what's money?
Okay, you gonna let that go?
It's the way people play you though. You right though. And then I did try to like bro, what's up with that? Cause your word is your word. So when I call you and I mention something, you like, oh, I got you later on today. I'm like, dang, especially when I could use it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rich, but I look out for people because
But you
if
know,
I
but when you realize that you really couldn't afford to give it to him, it ain't his fault. You 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 abused yourself and misused yourself.
trying to help
Yeah,
others,
and, and
that's my problem.
yeah.
I'm a Gemini, so it's like it's in me. Like I feel happy when I
But you
make
gotta
other
apply
people happy.
one rule, and Pac had to learn this too. Um, as a Gemini, y'all got that giving spirit. You always want to see everybody, but you got to take care of you first. You're not qualified to help nobody until you help you first. If you're not in the position where you can be lending people money that's gonna hurt you later on, you can't afford to lend it to them.
That's deep what you said. That key word or key words later on, because I'll be having it to where I can give it, but at that moment. But like you said, the later on when I need it back, you told me you was gonna pay me back Friday or whatever the case is. I needed that Friday or whatever. That was deep.
Hmm. But why next time they say I'm gonna pay you back Friday, say you know what, I'm just gonna hold on to it till Friday.
Mm.
Because you put yourself in the adversarial position towards somebody you care about, risking the relationship to give them something you can't afford to let them have.
Okay. So if the relationship fall apart based on me saying I ain't got it or I can't give it, it ain't meant for me to be messing with them anyway, huh?
No, it's because then it becomes selfish agenda on their part. You have to know what your situation is. You can't help somebody from a losing position. You can't if you got a hole in your gas tank, you can't keep giving everybody a ride for $1 when it costs you 200 to fill it up and it's gonna run right back out anyway. You got to make sure your tank's secure before you start putting out. That way, when you don't care about it, it makes room for the reciprocity to kick in and to come back. You might not
It was
see
never
how it's gonna come back, but don't worry about that part. The part you worry about is I'm in the position, it's not gonna hurt me. Yeah, I don't even want it back, dog. We ain't finna put our relationship through that struggle. It's not necessary. Yeah.
That's deep. I never heard that before. Like I never looked at situations from that perspective before until I just heard you speaking before I got on here.
Yeah, it's
I'm like,
them,
wow.
them lessons my father taught me, man. This is why when I be teaching a lot of stuff, I be teaching stuff that I learned in my family first, and then I connect all of the dots with other information using the unified field theory, and it make me easier to assimilate the lessons that my parents gave me, and that takes me back to my mom used to always tell me, honor your mother and your father, and your days may be long on this earth. You get wisdom from both sides. You mostly get knowledge from dad and wisdom from mama, but the knowledge from dad ties you back to mama's wisdom. So when I come on here and I tell people stuff like what I'm telling you now, you can't do that because you're setting yourself up for failure, and it's too much of a struggle as it is not to create adverse conditions that we don't have to create. Brandy, you bet you absolutely right. That's why we need the chiefs to walk the land because I'm still needing my elders for proper guidance. And I know that the youth under me gonna need elders for proper guidance. And even when I make mistakes, because sometimes I might pronounce the wrong book that I got something out of or something, people be thinking, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I got so much information to sift through that sometimes it don't always come out accurately. But if you listen to what I'm saying, you can research the subject matter of what I'm saying. The perspective I'm giving you is how I see what I've taken in by reading the historical narrative and seeing the results of what's playing on around me. And then, if you know what A, B, and C is, it's going to show you what D, E, and F is. But if you don't know what A, B, and C is, you just stuck at C trying to get to D.
Yeah. I've been aligning myself with like my purpose. I feel like it's through music, cause like I make some nice beats. My music, like I'm not rapping, um, what everybody else do. I don't even just rap. I consider myself a music artist because I paint beats with my voice.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like my calling is dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in music, whether it's either going to school and getting the full whatever the top degree in that. So like I know you can heal through music and stuff like that. I want to go as deep as that, not just making beats and entertainment purposes.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
it's naturally me.
yeah, so this, as long as that's what you call following your heart's desire, right? We all have an artistic ability. Very few of us follow that as a means to develop our income or our lifestyle or anything. But once the ones of us that do is only focused on the money, they're not doing it for the love of the art. And they quality is going to always be lacking when they put it up against somebody who loved the art. Hey, Crystal.
We just witnessed that happen,
Mm-hmm.
huh? Man.
Love of the art gonna always outshine the love of the money.
That's
J.
deep.
Cole.
I kind of already figured that though. Like I never been pressed about the money. I always, since I started doing music in 7th grade, I was like, good dope sell itself.
Yeah. And
So that
then,
was always my
yeah.
approach.
You know, as a musician, you got tools of a magician in your hand when you making beats. You just don't know it yet. You
I learned that from Daylight.
you can program the song that every time it get a spin, it's contagious. So they got to share it by putting it in your lyrics. You can literally say that in the song and motherfuckers gonna share it. Especially if the quality match the arrogance.
Man, it kind of do, and it's like natural. I used to write, now I punch, and I master how I want to say certain stuff. I do like 15, 20 takes just to say one bar because I wanted to hit right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
And then
deep.
that's also the purpose of stacking.
You got multiple
Yeah.
versions in there.
When you layer that track, it makes the voice richer and um, more. It stands out more. Hold on one second.
That's deep.
Somebody in the comments asked me about tarot cards. This is my Talisman Oracle deck. This is my crystal deck. The crystal deck is actually is the um it's like a collector card for a stone. They got all the crystals. Tell you the